Oh, they got the PAL box card up there. All right. Hello, Speed Gaming chat in the future. Hello, YouTube. Welcome to SNES Super Stars. Day 2, I think. Marathon of a Super Nintendo game that exists, and it's gonna be here. I'm Leno. I'm running this really bad platformer, made in 1992 by Sunsoft. Joining me this time, we got a first for my run.
Desirect.
Yeah. You might know the name from an author of several randomizers.
Nobody knows me anymore. It's fine. Let's just carry on.
All right. What do you say we get started then? In 3,
Alright.
2, 1, go!
Okay. So, if you've never played Roadrunner's Death Valley Rally before, I think the best way I could describe it is like Sonic, but with worse physics. And if you ever try jumping on a hill in Sonic or anything like that, you'll understand what I mean. Just imagine having that sort of play control while, standing still and trying to do simple jumps from platform to platform. The hitbox is really weird.
Yeah.
So, what's going on in this run is Leno is going to go through 5 worlds total. We're starting here in the desert and just trying to get to those checkered flags at the end. Each world has 3 levels in it,
Yep.
and then a boss. All the bosses are fought by pecking things. It's kind of weird. Let's see, in the top left there, right under the lives, is the health meter. That's the currently 4 red dots. Starts out at a max of 6, and then right below that is his kind of energy meter. At the end of each stage, Leno's going to want to make sure that that is at the minimum value, so that no more time is wasted by counting up the score for that. That flag he just hit, all the flags in the game are checkpoints. That's right, every level has like 20 checkpoints in it.
It's absurd.
Yeah. And some checkpoints are really bad to hit. So, Leno's not going to be hitting any checkpoints that he doesn't want to hit, hopefully. And
Ooh, that was close.
towards, at the end of the level, you get points for each flag. So yellow flag's worth 100, green's 500, red is 1,000, and purple's 20,000. So the purple ones are really hard to find, really hard to get. You get extra lives every 50,000 points. So Leno, in this next stage, is going to be taking 2 purple flags and an extra 1-up for safety.
Yep. There's a very high chance of game over in World 3. I want to guard against it if possible.
Yeah, and a game over is literally just a reset of the run. So we don't want that to happen at all. Let's see. What else can we talk about? Oh yeah, so every stage there's not a whole lot of enemies, you can see. It's mostly just Wile E. Coyote flying around, just trying to harass you as you go through these stages. So it's not your typical sort of platformer. A lot of antics you'll see him use from the cartoon, which has much better music, by the way.
Yep, there were 2 checkpoints, one right after another. Ishtar. One thing about the level design, they probably didn't plan the checkpoint system out too carefully.
The flags are like kind of dual purpose. They're checkpoints, but they're also really kind of like kind of low, like moons almost in Super Mario Odyssey. They're just kind of like things that you can collect and pick up and get scored on. But imagine if there were like moons that like gave you more, moons than. Well, I mean, I guess there's the triple moons, but imagine, if there's like drastically different values for the moons. Think of it that way. So nostalgia is the reason that you started running this game, right, Leno?
It is. Funny story. Back in like 92, 93, whenever we got our Super Nintendo, this was one of the couple games that we got along with it, along with Mario World and Link to the Past, and there was one other one that I just don't remember. and I got hooked on this game.
And it's interesting mentioning nostalgia. See, for me, the nostalgia game, the nostalgia crappy game, is Bubsy, which can also be described as Sonic but worse. And it's amazing how similar these games are to each other. I mean, you've got your desert, you've got your train, you've got your space at the end, the teleporter maze. I mean, it's basically the same game, right?
So, fun fact about this boss. This boss is actually legitimately the hardest boss in the game. That catapult arm does 2 hits of damage. It's the only anything in this game that hits for that hard. And it also ignores iframes. But there's a speedrun strat where you can just stand on the cactus that I was on, and you'll randomly just get iframes. You'll have no hitbox, and you'll just destroy the catapult.
Technomagus asks, is there a dedicated meat or raspberry button?
There is. The R button actually serves as that.
That's awesome. It's like games that have dogs and like a dedicated pet the dog button. It's just required, you know. And that was the biggest failing in Breath of the Wild, is there was no way to pet the dogs. So we got Wile E. Coyote on the rocket skates this time. You know, speed limit 55 sign makes me wonder how fast is he actually going, like compared to, you know, like how much is this game hurting for the lack of blast processing on the Super Nintendo?
Good question.
You know?
Alright, we have our vertical climber now. One of many reset points in this run.
Please don't reset.
Oh, almost got the jump. That would have been a reset.
I've never played the Addams Family SNES game. You can snap with LNR, huh? That's the perfect use of LNR buttons. You don't want anything functional like aiming up or down. You want, you know, you want some snaps, you want some beep beeps.
Oh. Oh no!
Yeah, this game is very, very difficult to platform. I played a little bit of this game last night, first time, and I got past World 1, but then I died shortly thereafter. And part of the platforming was part to do with that.
And you guys on chat can't see the splits. My personal best is a 23:41, which is, I think, about 45 seconds behind world record now. It's just been outdated. Somebody managed to do the run deathless. Oh. I just haven't picked the game back up again since.
Oh yeah, I remember Bubsy and Nintendo Power and stuff like that. Yeah, they were like really trying to hype up Bubsy to be like the next, you know, Bugs Bunny or something like that. And it just wasn't meant to be. He was a terrible character, really annoying. And his game was terrible. The only reason why Looney Tunes gets away with being is because they've had, you know, 60 years of cartoons or however long it was before they started putting out bad video games.
Alright, that's World 2 already. We got one second boss coming up. This boss is actually difficult if you follow what the game kind of wants you to do, but we're just going to abuse iframes and dashing to just cheese right through it.
Yep, and you'll find a lot of the bosses in this game are kind of the same. You've got these squares that you've got to peck, and that's like the weak spot. And I don't know what it is about it that makes it the weak spot, but you know, you can see there's some machinery there, I guess, under the squares. And I mean, he really just set himself up for that.
Yep.
Honestly. As far as I could tell, you didn't do anything to actually harm the machine.
Nope.
You just hit some squares, then he hops out and he's like, what? Why am I standing right under a wrecking ball? Okay, so this level actually has some invincibility skips.
Yep. Oh, there's some momentum.
Yeah, so from what I could tell from when I was playing, it seems like if you're still holding the jump button when you land, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Yep,
possibly the cause of your momentum stop?
Yeah, and maybe that's by design, but it's abusable, but it can also work against you if you're not ready for it. Tom and Jerry games are not fun. Oh, there was one for the NES. That was really hard. I don't think I ever beat that one. That was a tough game.
See, I feel like back in the day when you'd rent games, that rental games, you'd have like sort of a different standard because you're just looking for something different for the weekend or something, right? So you're not looking to necessarily beat a game. The only game I ever like 100% beat in a rental period was Pokemon Snap. So I think as a rental, you know, this game probably pretty good, but you know, similar with Bubsy and what were other good rental games back then.
Friendly reminder: eat at Joe's.
Yes. Joe's the biggest competitor to Arby's.
A really short stage right here. I think we got it. I think we got it. There we go.
That was really nice.
No deaths.
That was a really good level. I think you guys should applaud that. To the passive rental 6 days. Yeah.
And now we've reached the dreaded auto-scroller. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, I remember renting Final Fantasy VI as a kid before we bought it, and it was just like that kind of game is the worst kind of game to rent, right? So yeah, one of the downsides of this boss is that you kind of don't necessarily see where he's gonna be if the camera is like, because he's stuck over to the left side there. So catching it in time to blow up the chimney, and he needs to get it into the chimney on the train. Can be a little tough.
Oh, we didn't.
That one.
Did not.
That one was a little late, wasn't it?
Yep, did not skip the cycle.
Yeah.
So when the bombs are on the left side like that, it's pretty tight to line up. You don't have much leeway when it's all the way on the left side of the car like that. And unfortunately, this game respects its iframes both the ways. So you can't just get a hit on them and cheese the system. Two more hits.
So that was really where the PlayStation had the advantage, right? It's because all the games you had to have your own memory card. So if you rented a game, it didn't matter. you had your own saves. You wouldn't worry about, you know, making sure you got the same cartridge back or whatever.
Yep, iframe's the boss. Hey, wait, where'd that train go? I don't understand. Also, shout outs to Ridley Killer for the sub and for gifting a sub. Make sure to give him a thank you.
It'd be nice to live in a world where getting run over by a train is a minor inconvenience. Instead of, you know. So this level is interesting to me because of the colors. And if you watch, like, on my TV, that background is brown. But on stream, it's red.
Very
I don't
red.
know what's up with that. It's one of those things like, is the VGA color space is not the same? That's the answer. I don't think there's a whole lot going on with these mine levels, is there?
Nope, not really.
Overall, this game is a very kind of straightforward platformer. It's nice to go fast because that's what we all want in life, right? Is to go fast. But overall, very straightforward.
Get 98 exit because you can.
Yeah.
Alright, so this next...
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, this next level has a global timer. Let's see where we're at. Nope, we're on the bad timer. Bad cycle.
Okay, so it's a global timer that, like, runs with the whole game.
Yep.
Not just on level start.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. I was gonna say gaming with a time machine was it's always a fun thought exercise, I think. I remember SGDQ 2012. I took Spike Vegeta's copy of Super Metroid and I left him suitless at Meridia right before Dragon. I just left the city there. I don't think he knew anything. I don't think he knew enough about the game to get out of there or anything. Just...
Yeah.
So in this enemy, the squares are under those rising pistons.
Yep.
As you can plainly see, it's really easy because you can't, the pistons kind of obstruct your view a little bit. It's really easy to think you're hitting the square, but then not actually be hitting the square. So that was overall a very clean fight, I think.
Mm-hmm. Much better than practice last night. Well, that coyote, he's getting roughed up.
Yeah.
So that's 4 worlds down already. We're going on to our last one. Oh, hey, Marvin. And the finish line is approaching.
Alright, so the customary required space stage. Part 1, the I guess easy part. actually, I guess I haven't really asked. How would you rate the levels in terms of difficulty from a speedrunner perspective, not from a casual?
There's a couple levels that are pretty difficult for speedrunning, like 2-2, for example. It's got 4 jumps that you miss any of them, it's a reset. There's one in this next stage where it's a frame perfect jump. It's a minute and a half time loss, and it's a reset. Overall, though, the platforming itself isn't terrible. It's just the controls make it bad. Alright, let's go for it. Nope. We tried. There is a pretty big shortcut you can take in this stage if you get that jump.
It's good to what, teleporter 15 or something like that?
Yeah. You end up skipping well over half the stage.
Yeah.
Let's tank the hit. And this is what we just tried to jump to. Alright, we're at the end of the stage.
And then we have one more stage? Is that
Yep, and then the final boss. I get it, Coyote. I get it. Move too fast? This could have been a really good game. Yeah, a little bit more effort maybe, but you know, it's hard to say what development in the 90s was like.
Yeah, it seemed like games had a much faster turnaround back then. You know, I mean, especially like at the start, the Atari, right? Is most games just had the one programmer.
Yep.
Probably a game like this, maybe a small team, if that.
Yep. Like 5, 10 people, something like that.
The one use of birdseed.
Ooh, how did you hit me there?
It's just however the worst way, you know, hitboxes can be detected. That's the way we're going to choose in that one.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, we'll
Oh,
grab...
you mean your character's halfway through a platform? Nope, you didn't land on it. Coyote barely touched your tail.
Yep.
And so Lenophis is actually on his last hit, right before the checkpoint.
That's why I grabbed this one.
So yeah, with your lives and your health, it can go down to 0, and then you have one more, you know, before you're like actually dead.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is not good.
Seems to be a bit of a pickle.
Yep, just tank the death. And suddenly those 2 extra lives I picked up in 1-3 just got used.
Man, you can just roll into a ball and then spin, you know?
Hey, we got the impossible purple. Okay.
Actually, didn't catch you getting that purple.
That's
So bad.
yep, that's a hard purple to get. All right, we got time coming up in a minute here. Final boss. 5 weak points to hit. Nose, cheeks, ears, in that order.
Yep. Nose, 2 cheeks, 2 ears. So there's like different nodes on each section. You'll see them at.
Mm-hmm.
Nose is pretty obvious. Big light there. Well, Minecraft has a whole team working on it nowadays. But yeah, it started out as a one-guy endeavor. The same thing with Terraria, right?
Terrario.
A lot of these indie games.
Yeah, I want to say Terrario is like 3 people. It was the graphics designer, the composer, and then the main programmer.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you've also got Undertale and Stardew and that sort of thing.
We'll get this one. Perfect.
Well, I don't think this is California.
No. This is outer space.
We've rallied all the way past California. And now we're hovering just above California. The only reason why I know that is because when he takes the big dive there, it looks like he's over the ocean, but it turns out he's actually over that exact same canyon he fell down 4 other times. And splat.
Poor guy. And just before the finish line. Oh, fell just short of the finish line. Oh, rub some salt in that wound, too.
Crosscode, I think, only has a couple of programmers. Most amazing thing to me about Crosscode is it's an HTML5 script.
So yeah, everyone, that was Roadrunner's Death Valley Rally. One of the worst platformers you'll ever play. Better seen, not experienced.
It's worth playing it to appreciate just how much skill Leno has at this game. I mean,
Once upon a time, I was a pretty...
it's a really hard game.
I did dedicate several hundred hours into speedrunning this game. Once upon a time. This would have been 17 years ago now, I think. It's a long time.
Alright.
So, stick around. This guy on comms, he's not going anywhere. We got Uniraces coming up next.
I don't think I'm going anywhere. I think they, let's see.
Give shout-outs to Fiesel real quick. Always making sure there's SNES staples in this marathon. I'm always happy to volunteer.
Right.
$26.14, so that's just 2 minutes and 30 seconds off personal best.
Yeah, you had a pretty good run today.
Yep.
I mean, it was a little rough in the beginning, but it was certainly a lot better than the practice run last night.
Lost a chunk of time in the second stage.
Yeah.
Obviously, the marathon safety strats. You're always going to lose time for that, but for the marathon, for the viewers, it's worth it.
that's all, folks.
Alright, I don't know how much time we have until setup, so we might have a minute to kill.
Make sure to follow Lenophis, by the way. He does a lot more than just stream this absolutely terrible game. He streams a lot of
Randomizers.
Metroid Prime Randomizer and SMZ3.
And speaking of SMZ3, in 10 hours, I'll be back tonight with that. We have an SMZ3 Key Sanity showcase for you guys. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Don't follow me. I only stream every 6 months or so now.
But when he does, it's quality. Alright. That'll do it for us. That'll do it for me, actually. Desi's going to stick around. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next mission.
Alright.